Hey readers! In this short video I want to tell you about 7 ways how to read more books. Okay, so the first way is, you need to buy books, of course, but books are expensive. So I would recommend to buy the books secondhand like I do. And this book is like, it's not new. Buy them secondhand, buy them on the marketplace or on internet, and they're very cheap, and then you can collect a lot of books. The second point is to buy books of topics that you actually like. And of course, that makes a lot of sense. Don't buy any books of topics that you don't like, of course, but make it interesting, make it appealing to yourself. At first, start easy and read the books that you actually really like, and then you get into this flow. The third point is to put your books on display like I did, and this is not my only bookcase. I have more. So when you are confronted with all these books that you really like, that you really want to read, that are a treasure of information to you, and when you put them on display and you are confronted with them every time, and then the chances of you picking up a book and actually read it is higher than when you hide them and don't ever see them. The fourth point is to try to read for at least 15 minutes each day. I know a lot of people, including myself, are often like, you worked all day long and then you get home and then you don't really have the energy anymore, but that's just a matter of discipline. Just 15 minutes, that's not that long. You can easily watch a YouTube video of 15 minutes, so you could also read a book. And then just take a book that is not too hard to understand, but just 15 minutes a day. Then the fifth point is to put it in your schedule, to have a standardized moment in your day, in your daily routine, to read a book. So maybe after work you come home every day about 5:30, then try to read your book from 6 to 6:15. Try to standardize it, try to make it into a routine. Then the sixth point is to continue reading. So maybe you read a page and you didn't really understand what you were reading. So many people then they go back and they read it again, but then it becomes a frustration. So if you were too tired or you didn't pay enough attention or the topic is just too complicated, just try to continue reading. That's what I did. A lot of things that I read I didn't understand, but because I kept reading, I continued, I didn't go back, I just went forward, then eventually it clicked. It was like, oh, okay, now I get what they said back then. So yeah, it's important to continue reading, don't go back. And the last point is to carry a book with you everywhere you go. Put a book in your bag, don't take a heavy book, but just a light book. And then, when you have to wait for the bus, or when you have to wait for your cup of coffee somewhere, when you have to wait just in general, you always have your book. You see people on their phones all day long with every opportunity they get. When they have to wait for something, they take their phones. But imagine taking a book every time instead of taking your phone. Check how much time you spend on your phone each day. That's a few hours. You do have time to read a book. If you have time to read stupid memes on the internet, you also have time to read your book. So just take your book with you everywhere you go and continue reading. I hope these tips are helpful to you, and if you have even more tips, leave them in the comments below. And for now, keep reading, guys.